Pleased to say we've been joined by Fred Warburton, James Hannon, Paralympics GB's very own, in some of the best kit I've ever seen. How do I get my hands on one of those hoodies?
Well, we'll do our best with the logistics team. I'm sure they got a few triple XLs lying around for you.
Oh, what are you saying?
Yeah, you got any extra smalls for sure?
Kid sizes.
But all jokes apart, what an incredible studio you guys have. What
I
a
know.
privilege to
We've
be
been pretty
here.
spoiled.
And we can feel like he's going to take over already, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, sorry to tear you away from your coffees you were just having,
Yeah.
but you've been competing all the way through. We've been loving watching the scenes. Starting with the downhill, where you took a big tumble.
Not in the downhill.
Oh, in the Super G. But starting with the
Yeah.
downhill and then a big tumble in the Super G.
Yeah.
How have you found the course out there? We've been watching it from here. We can see how steep it is here, but I imagine on it.
I don't know whether it comes across at home, but it is an absolute beast of a hill. Yeah. The top section in particular, down the Tofana shoes, it is around 68% gradient. It's an absolute monster of a track, and I think you saw that in the women's Olympic event before we took centre stage.
A lot of what I'm saying is technique pointers. With Fred, I don't need to tell him what direction to go. He knows if he's gone left before, the next turn is going to be right. So it's more focusing on the outside ski or focusing getting his hips forwards over transitions. And sometimes speaking that to Fred actually helps me remember what I'm doing.
What for you to remember to go left and right?
Yeah.
Tricky.
Yeah, Fred,
Sometimes.
Fred, just to take us back, how you ended up at this Paralympics. It's your first one.
Absolutely.
What was your journey to Cortina?
Yeah, it's an absolute sort of compressed experience. I have been skiing competitively for only a year and around 8-9 days, is it, Jimbo?
Yes.
We had our first
Great.
ever race on the 22nd of February 2025 in Pila in Italy, and we won that race. And ever since then, we've sort of seen more of Jimbo than my own wife, actually. And we've compressed all of that training time into around a year. We've done, I think, over a sort of 180, 190 days on snow in that time. We train in the gym 3 times a week. It has been a full-time mission to get us to this point. The first hurdle was qualifying, so we travelled all over the European circuit. We even went over to Colorado to enter some FIS races over there to try and get the points necessary to qualify a nation spot first for GB and then meet the internal qualification criteria. So it has been an absolute journey of learning how to ski, but also trying to fast track to get that qualification to the games.
You did ski before though, right?
Yeah, I skied around 10, 12 times. Sort of started when I was 4 or 5 years old on some school trips and various other bits and pieces. Yeah. My dad is a bit of a hacker through the hill, so he took me every now and again. But I was firmly in the camp of the après ski, and then I decided to take it really seriously.
But Fred, I mean, you have had a meteoric rise in such a short period of time. That's not going to happen for everyone, but it's because maybe we were chatting yesterday about your background and you've already got that mindset, which has helped. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I mean, I've absolutely been a sports fanatic since I was a tiny toddler running around. I've been obsessed with rugby, cricket, but my main passion through my later teen years was athletics. I did decathlon. I trained pretty seriously in multi-events and went to English schools and the national championships in the UK. I trained at Loughborough University with Trevor Painter, who is now Keely Hodgkinson's coach, and they have an amazing outfit there. And massive thanks to Danny Haynes, who was now living in Australia, but was a real inspiration for me. And it sort of got me in that mindset of what being a serious athlete is. And I think I've managed to transition that over to the world of skiing, and it's a really nice fit, really.
You live in Italy. We'll touch on that in a minute, but it's not just you here. The Fred Army is out in force.
Well, there's a couple more people that I want to join the Fred Army. Yes. Here we go.
Sean, our first bit of kit.
Exactly.
First bit of kit.
And
I'm
probably
happy
the
to wear
first
this.
good hat you've worn.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought we got to cover that lid up of Sean's, to be honest. So we got you two. We got you two. We got you 2 Team Fred hats.
Goes out.
But jokes apart,
Supporters.
jokes aside, like, it's absolutely overwhelming to see all those people in the crowd. Like, there are people there are out in force screaming for me, regardless of whether I stack it on the piste or whether we do a great run and get down. Then I know that they're going to be there at the bottom screaming for me and Jimbo. And yeah, it's an absolute privilege for them to be
I'm
here.
sure that, I mean, there's an incredible team behind you, isn't it,
Oh
to
my
get
gosh.
you guys to these games. You've had incredible guides. You know, you've got this man sat next to you as well. But, you know, I've been saying, I hope these guys are going to be together forever and, you know, just see you rise to the top. But maybe that's not quite the case. I've just maybe heard.
Well, we'll see. I mean, nothing's confirmed. Jimbo's still unemployed in terms of outside of skiing. So,
It's when he gets the job.
So yeah, and I think the beauty of what GB Snow Sports have done and Paralympics GB is they have brought in a wonderful sort of group of guides together. I think there is no other nation out there that has more visually impaired skiers on that hill than us. We have 2 in the women's. Hester, you've seen this morning, doing her first ever Paralympics race. Menna, who is the true professional and has been there, done that, surrounded by amazing guides. And then look, we've got 3 VIs in the men's category tomorrow. I think that's, I don't know, but I think that's a historic mark because there's no other skiing nations, either Switzerland, Austria, Italy, anyone with that number of visually impaired athletes. And we've done such a good job of putting a very, very strong guiding team together.
I was about to say, I also think, not like bigging myself up too much, but GB does have a really
big
good...
yourself up, mate. That's
Go on,
what we
do it.
do.
You deserve it,
But
Jimbo. Go
GB
wild.
does have a really good pool of guides. They had a very good pathway into getting people out of ski racing and into guiding.
But James, you're an incredible racer in your own right, and then you've switched over to guiding. What are the main disciplines that you had to get used to? Obviously, you're working specifically with Fred, but I imagine it's a very different dynamic to basically commentate your way down a slope that you're usually just used to dialing in and going for.
I think there's a bit of a mindset change that you're not racing for yourself. You're racing for You're racing for Fred in my instance. So it's thinking of how to like manage my speed and take the right line choice. That maybe it's not the quickest down the hill, but it's the easiest for someone to follow me, and that gives them room. So if they miss my line slightly, they're still going to be on a decent line for the course.
I just want to stay on the VI point for a minute, Fred, because give the viewers back home a bit of an insight into how your vision's changed, what you can see, how that might vary between other VIs.
Yeah, so I think the sort of wild thing about the VI category is there's so many different conditions and different eye conditions that ultimately sort of result in different things that people can see. In my particular case, I was diagnosed with a condition called retinitis pigmentosa around 7 years ago. It's a degenerative retinal condition that is genetic and passed on via family. Both of my parents, I think, were recessive carriers, so I just got really unlucky in that respect.
No,
but in some respects, really lucky. Exactly.
That's
Sean.
just a centre
Because
perspective, mate.
do you know what I mean? Like, because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now without that situation. But it's a very common condition. Around 1 in 5,000 people have this, varying degrees of severity. And I know that sort of over time, my eyesight's going to get worse. There's no known cure for my condition. But what I want to do is approach every day and put my best foot forward and attack every day as if, you know, we never know what's going to happen down the line. And I'm absolutely loving this journey. It has been one of the most incredibly rewarding and just a real privilege to do. And you know what? We might not be up there at the moment fighting for the medal, but I feel like I've won a gold medal myself just by being here and by skiing behind Jimbo and chatting to amazing people like you guys and sort of being allowed to attack that hill and sort of show what we can do. And you know what? This is all building for 4 years' time. Yeah. This was a 5-year mission that we're 1 year in with now. And the main goal is a gold medal out in Courchevel in 2030.
Yeah, you've made us so proud.
Yeah, I mean, Thank you so much, guys, for all the coverage. Thank you to everyone at home for supporting us, for supporting Neil as well. And there's no better way to recover from a crash in the Super G than watching Neil Simpson and Rob Poth fly down the slalom hill for a silver medal. So what a day that was. And there's more to come, I'm sure of that.
More to come indeed. I mean, it's been brilliant watching you. It's been brilliant watching Neil and everyone else out here for Paralympics GP. We are going to be watching tomorrow. We will have our hats on. Best luck. What have you got planned for the rest of the day?
So go for a massage, see Angie, the physio.
Yeah.
Then chill out in the team room, watch a bit of the curling and support Menna in the second run. So yeah, stay tuned because there's lots more exciting things to come.
One of the perks of being an athlete,
Yeah.
Getting massages.
Yeah, no.
Anyone behind the camera fancy giving us a massage after the show?
Come
No,
on, Sandy.
didn't think so. Guys, thank you very much. Best of luck for tomorrow.